According to my strength test, I should be climbing way harder than this. My training numbers say I'm strong, but the cliff, it disagrees. This video was supposed to prove something to me. Instead, it exposed a whole bunch of weaknesses. So starting my winter training arc, I did the 9C strength test in this video right here. And it actually gave me a surprising result. It told me that I was plenty strong to be able to climb the type of climbs I'm looking to do out here in the wilderness. But that was surprising because I know where my grades are at and they were nowhere near where this 9C strength test said I was supposed to be. So I wanted to take that test and go apply it at the climbing gym. Obviously, the weather is not great right now for us to be climbing outdoors in the off season. So I went to a couple different gyms with different styles, different route setting. The goal was simple: record myself climbing at a bunch of different grades at a couple different gyms and really analyze the tape and see where my skill and technique start to fall apart. I had a feeling I really wasn't going to like the answer to this because, strangely, scoring high on the strength test kind of means that I must be scoring low on the skill and technique test. The problem is, if I fail just because I'm weak, that's an easy plan. Just go train and get stronger. I know how to do that. But if I'm failing because I have poor technique or I can't get the right headspace when I'm climbing on lead, well, I don't really know how to fix that. So this is all about me going and figuring out exactly where the problem is so we can start to address it and come back stronger next season. Mostly, I wanted to get up to where my limit starts to happen so I can see where I fall off the wall. Here's what keeps showing up in my climbing over and over again. When the holds get small, my strength is still there. I've got pretty good grip, but it's the precision that starts to fall off. I'm missing precise handholds and I'm definitely slipping on the small footholds and when my strength starts to fall apart. I'm rushing, I'm grabbing holds quickly, and I'm not trusting my feet. So the lesson here is I'm plenty strong enough to hold on, but I'm not mentally strong enough to be precise and accurate when I'm holding on tight. So that's number one. That's not a power problem. That's a mindset and technique problem. Problem number two I'm finding is footwork and fatigue. Once I get a little tired or things get a little bit out of my comfort level, you can see my body posture change and my feet start to slip. Instead of slowing down, I start to rush things, looking for a power solution to do a pull through this move rather than looking for a precision, balanced footwork position, which is something I really got to get used to if I'm going to keep going up the grades. You can see it here clearly. I stopped committing to the foot placements and they're just sliding all around. I'm kind of reacting to the climb as it comes, pulling with my arms rather than thinking ahead and making precise movements. I think this is where climbers at this level really start to get better, and it's the reason why I've plateaued. So here's a big realization on the longer routes. I'm not actually failing because I'm actually getting pumped. I'm mentally getting pumped. I think I've realized after watching some of these tapes back that I start to give up as soon as I start to feel the pump. Which, if I have to break this down a little more, it's like as soon as I feel my power level come down from 100%, my mind starts giving up and it starts to doubt that I can do the harder moves above me. This really shows up on lead because if you're not feeling confident moving higher and higher above your last protection, it's getting scarier and scarier at the same time that you're doubting yourself more. I think this is one of my biggest problems, and I really tried on a few of these harder routes to just push through even if my brain was telling me, nah, you're not going to be able to do it. I got to get this conversation out of my head from you can't do it to just go for it, you can do it. Again, this isn't really an endurance problem, it's more of a mental headspace problem. So all in all, this test of climbing at all these different gyms this week and that 9C strength test kind of rocked my training plan. I was so focused on strength. I wanted to get stronger, stronger fingers, stronger hands, stronger muscles. Let's do more chin-ups, more muscle-ups, let's pull harder. But the test told me I don't need to pull any harder to climb the grades I want. I need to focus on technique. So of course, we're going to keep working out because we know how to do that. But I've got to pivot and make a plan to actually focus on style, technique, precision, headspace, and climbing when I think I can't. And that's going to be the big part of this training session. So the next step is to figure out if I can actually apply some of this stuff and become a better climber, not just a stronger climber by the spring season. I'm actually feeling quite enthusiastic about it. I'm not sure how to do it, but I think that now that I've identified the issue, if I apply some effort to it over the winter, it's going to be no problem to come back stronger and send my projects. So if you want to see if all of this insight and training turns into progress out here on the cliffs, or it just has me coming back another year as the same frustrated climber, well, stay tuned to the channel and drop me a comment. Look forward to seeing you on the next adventure.